Hi, it's Stephen again. Vlog 8, day 9 of the lockdown. Today was quite an interesting day because after sort of 8 days of being locked down, not able to get out, we haven't gone further than a few hundred yards away from the house to walk the dogs. Today, I went shopping. Now, if you remember, if you watched my earlier blogs, at the moment here in Spain, we're not allowed out unless we've got somewhere legitimate to go, such as shopping, doctors, basically something essential. If we go out in the car, we can only go out one at a time in that car. So today I went shopping. Um, Unfortunately, I can't show you videos of that because I don't have the facility to add the videos to this video. So you're going to have to just use your imagination. So it took me a while to get to Eroski, which is where we go in the local big town. It's about a 25-minute drive under normal circumstances. There were no police checks. We had heard that there would be police checks to check whether or not you were actually legitimately going to the shop, and they may also stop you on the way back to check that you did actually buy stuff, which is what you told them you're going to do when you were on your way. So nothing happened. It was quite boring, really. I just drove down there, very little traffic. There were some roadworks. Very interestingly, because there's very little traffic, the Spanish authorities are making use of the low volume of traffic to do some roadwork. So that was, just common sense, really. Anyway, got to Eroski. There's car parking space there for hundreds of cars, and there were maybe 30 cars there. So I go into the big supermarket. Obviously, some of the cars that were in the car park belonged to the staff because there weren't 30 customers. Eroski is a big shop equivalent to Tesco. So, I walked in, was greeted by somebody who said, go and get gloves. So I had to wear gloves, very sensible, disposable polythene gloves, similar to what you get in the garage if you're filling up with diesel. And wandered around the shop. The shelves were crammed full. There was plenty of bread, there was plenty of meat, toilet rolls coming out of your ears, kitchen roll, everything you wanted, everything was there. Booze, of course, which is far more interesting, but I wasn't there to buy booze. And so there you are. There were a number of people wearing face masks, a number of people who weren't. The checkouts, interestingly, had marks on the floor to keep you in. If you're queuing, you weren't allowed to cross those lines until the person in front of you had crossed their line, so you were at least 2 meters apart. It's a very sensible idea. And the customers themselves very well behaved because they all stayed at least 2 meters away from each other. Got the shopping done, got back into the car, went off to the log yard and bought some logs for the fire. What can I say? This lockdown, I don't know whether it's just a Spanish psyche as opposed to the British psyche, whether or not there aren't so many corner shops nicking all the toilet rolls off the shelves or anything, but it seems that every shop is the same. I've looked at other videos from other people in Spain. They've got the same. Mercadona's full of stock. Wherever they Lidl's is full of stock. Aldi is full of stock. It doesn't matter where you go, there is stock. People have stopped panic buying, and that's the point, Britain. Just get a grip, because there's plenty to go round. The only reason that there's shortages is because you idiots are out there. I mean, you absolute bloody selfish morons are out there basically stripping the shelves unnecessarily. Now, in 20 years' time, when you're using the last toilet roll, I hope you remember how stupid and idiotic you were. Anyway, got home thinking, well, of course, it's all very well. I've had my face mask on, I've had my gloves on, I've been at least 2 meters away from everybody. Even at the checkout, we sort of go to the very end of the belt, put everything on, then walk around as far away as you can get from the checkout lady to go around, and it was a lady, to go around to where you then at the other end of their delivery belt, so to speak, and then using what do they call them? When you don't contactless card, use a contactless card so they don't have to touch it, you don't have to touch any of their stuff, to keep it as sterile as possible. It all works very, very well. But when you get home and you've got all your bags of shopping which you're bringing out of the car, you're thinking, well, when somebody put these things on the shelf, if they were infected and they sneezed over these things, then there could be coronavirus on the packet. So I then spent 40 minutes washing everything I'd bought, destroyed a couple of cardboard boxes in the process, and I bought a baguette, a little bit of a treat for me at lunchtime. Um, and one end of that did get a little bit soggy, but at the end of the day, small price to pay to stay safe. But that's how paranoid this thing makes you, this coronavirus, and it's not a matter of scaremongering. The point is that for us, being old and having underlying health problems, me with my heart, Barbara with her asthma, if we get this coronavirus, we're very likely going to be dead. So we have to be very, very careful about what we do. And that's why we're washing everything, we're staying away from everywhere, and we're sticking to the rules. Oh, incidentally, on the way home, I get a message from the wife saying that friends of ours in the village, lovely couple, fantastic, big-hearted people, have made us a couple of pies. They are housebound at the moment because they are very vulnerable, more vulnerable even than us. And as it happened, their next door neighbour had done their shopping for them, otherwise we would have offered to do the same. But they very, very big-heartedly gave us chicken pies for us to stick in the oven, which we had for our dinner, and very nice they were. So if you're watching this, you know who you are. I haven't got your permission to name you, so I shan't, but very grateful for that. Very touching gesture. And this is a thing here, and I'm hoping it's the same in the UK, except for, of course, the shelf strippers who are just showing themselves to be selfish so-and-sos. People are helping each other out here. Great sense of community. We live in a village. We've got friends of all sorts of different nationalities, German, Spanish, Welsh, and everybody just helps everybody else. Anyway, I'm not going to bore you anymore tonight because I'm getting tired. It's been a long day because I've had other things to do as well. So see you tomorrow.